What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Berserk Manga, this time in volume 22, the chapters Prologue to War, to the War, and Fierce Kushan Attack. So it looks like we'll be getting into the kind of Battle of Midland with the Kushan and whoever's left of the kind of Midland army. I did make my kind of predictions, I think maybe last video or the video before, about what could happen with there perhaps again being an empty seat. Obviously we know this whole situation's been engineered by Femto / the God Hand, so again I think that does leave things very open for Griffith to achieve his dream. Again, it's not exact. The thing about his dream is that I'm thinking about just now is, I mean, it is still that dream he had when he was a kid, but as with kind of every adult, I think dreams like that do kind of change over time, especially with what you've done to achieve them. Obviously that matters a little bit less to Griffith, who's now lost his humanity, but I can very much kind of foresee, perhaps, again, he hasn't got any humanity, so he doesn't get pleasure or anything, but I can imagine it being maybe disappointing when he gets there. It usually is with with stuff like that. So again, I'm not sure he'll feel that way just because he's lack of humanity, but there certainly is a lot of very interesting points in that respect. So looking forward to seeing how this goes down today. Obviously last time we had Zod versus Guts, which was a really good fight, very evenly matched fight as well. But I'll just read myself up on any interesting events that did happen during this. I think they actually ended up leaving, didn't they? It wasn't really a clear winner or anything. Yeah, disrespectively using and breaking the swords. I mean, it was disrespectful to fight here anyway and to come here anyway, but again, now destroying all of Rickert's hard work and such, it's yeah. We also got this segment, didn't we, with perhaps the feelings of the child actually coming through in Griffith, which is very interesting. Imagine if that develops and actually gets stronger. What then happens? Would it still be kind of considered Griffith? Or would it be like half and half, kind of sharing the same body? Or will one overpower the other? Who knows? It's another very interesting situation, isn't it? Got some beautiful artwork as usual. Yeah, Casca arrived and Griffith ended up saving her again. I imagine that comes from a place from the kid rather than actually Griffith, I do imagine. But I did bring this up last time. Perhaps it might have been Griffith. Maybe he knows something about the future that requires Casca. Who knows? Again, I think the very much more likely possibility is the son's feelings came to the surface here as they just flew away to get his own kingdom. Nothing has changed except for the way you feel about it. Again, we saw a little bit of the weaknesses of Griffith during the Golden Age, didn't we? The scratch of the arm and such, and that's no longer a thing. So we're starting off this chapter. Do let me know what you guys think of these chapters down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these videos. I will now be doing them. I think this will be maybe a kind of couple of weeks after I started changing my schedule, but I'll now be doing these on Monday. No, is it Mondays, Fridays? I can't remember, but something like that. I will get my own kingdom. Orc of the Millennium Empire arc. I think my friend told me they call this the Millennium Falcon arc. But I'm not sure why they call it that actually, because there's no falcon mentioned anywhere. It's a hawk. I guess it's close enough, and that's why people call it the Millennium Falcon arc. But the Hawk of the Millennium Empire arc, the Holy Evil War chapter, Prologue to the War. Nothing has changed. Again, not exactly true. I guess you could say Griffith's feelings have been kind of switched out for the son's feelings in a way. He got rid of his humanity, but took in another humanity. So maybe things haven't changed in a kind of weird way. Wah! Rickert. Oh crap. Nothing has ended. I brought this up a few chapters ago. I actually think Rickert probably would, if he still doesn't know about what Griffith done to everyone, which he doesn't. Although this must have been a pretty good inkling. He would probably side with Griffith, in my opinion. Is that what he's planning here? Is he planning to still get Rickert to kind of work for him or something? Nothing has ended. If you learn the truth and come to hate me, so be it. But if even then you say you can still chase the dream. Wow, again, yeah, I think he is. He is trying to win him over. There's no way Rickert would learn about that and be okay with Griffith, is there? No way. Just look at the empathy and compassion he's putting into these swords. I don't think that's a possibility, is it? I have no cause to refuse you. But wait, I don't understand. What's the truth? Hey, the arrows out. We see a surprisingly short amount of these arrow shooters from Guts, don't we? Although I say that, they've come in handy quite a few times, especially against bigger enemies, but we didn't use any equipment in this fight. It's the first time we're using anything other than the sword. Guts, no! Move it, Rickert. You say nothing's changed. After everything you did, you say nothing's changed? You should have known. This is the man I am. I mean, it is pretty much the man he was as well before. And again, he's lost that humanity, which just makes him slightly different. But ultimately, back then, he was still kind of his main kind of almost personality trait was his goal, wasn't it? His kind of conviction and just the efforts to achieve that dream. So many people were in awe of. Not like he's a completely different person, but yeah. You, of all people. As they fly off. What does it mean, you of all people? Or is that Guts saying that? Guts, tell it to me. The truth. What happened to Griffith and everyone else that day? Yeah, I think we're going to have to, aren't we, really? However painful it is, don't I have a right to know it too? And he's old enough now to know it as well, I think. No. I have to know. Guts! Yeah, look at the brand bleeding there big time. I mean, not a problem in this day and age and for these people, but that would be really annoying in like current age. Every time near a demon, you get your clothes fucked up. Again, I think that's the least of your worries here, but that would be annoying. We see them fly away. Unimpressed look on Griffith's face right here. I'm not sure he was satisfied with what he got out of this, was he? think he was in terms of losing his humanity and proving to himself that he feels nothing about anyone. But I feel like he probably unimpressed at the feelings he got from Guts' son and that whole situation. As it literally comes up right here again. Interesting, isn't it? Is there anything you can do about that? It's like also one of the essences are kind of infused, so I don't think so. I wouldn't have thought so. But I don't know. I'm very, I wouldn't say confused, but I'm very unknowing about the kind of systems and how things work in this universe, which I don't mind at all. It's like the same with One Piece. I know that there's such room for creativity and interpretation and such that I'm pretty much okay with anything. Don't exactly have to know the ins and outs as long as it kind of makes sense to me at the time. He thinks back to that moment. Must have been nice as well, kind of for the kid, if he could kind of comprehend this, being able to kind of finally hug his mother. His eyes open right here, awake. The thump. And yeah, look at that eye. Again, that looks like disappointing, doesn't it? That's the truth? Oh, looks like he's told him. I like the fact they chose to use this side of Guts as well. And just a small thing, but makes a lot of sense. This is the side they chose to show us after telling the story of the eclipse. As Rickert just drops to the floor, understandably. How could that? Yeah, dude looks horrible. Man, it looks like this and he didn't even see it. Now imagine fucking Guts and Casca and yeah, just Guts and Casca. Somehow or other, I'd figured it out. That image was from then. So like Casca's heart hurts a little bit. That's where our brand is, but I'm looking up sun leaving. Oh, it's no use. It's all buried. What now? This means Guts and Casca's home is... And right when we were all together. Yeah, I forgot about that. Fucking, well, our only one safe space has now been destroyed, which sucks ass. This would have been a big thing in us kind of chilling out, if you know what I'm saying. Us just kind of settling down, if we could, and having a family here. But I'm going too. You carried that heavy burden all alone, while I remained ignorant, comfortable by myself in a place like this. Again, how can you possibly blame yourself? You didn't know about this till now, Rickert. Come on, bro. What are you on about here? You can't exactly call yourself ignorant when you... I mean, it literally does mean kind of... Well, no. Not knowing and ignorant are two different things. Ignorant is knowing it and kind of still putting it away, still ignoring it. You didn't even know about this, Rickert. I mean, you knew everyone was gone, but again, I understand why we didn't tell you. You were really young. And he's taking it like this now. Imagine how he would have took it back then. Take me with you. I'm a hawk too. Someone needs to look after this little girl as well, so No way that's going to happen, right? No. Why not? Because you could never really hate Griffith. I can understand that. He didn't actually witness it or go through it or anything, so as much as you can say you hate something and find it detestable and such, going through it and actually having it happen, I mean, not like it didn't happen to Rickert, it's not like he didn't lose all the Hawk members, but experiencing that, you do grow a deep hate. Just hearing about it, I think it's less impactful, isn't it? And especially as a boy, like a childhood hero as a Griffith, it would be very hard to kind of hate. It's almost like when one of your kind of childhood heroes, like actors or something, does something disgusting or does a criminal offence or anything. Like, shit. Well, I used to be a big fan of you, but I don't exactly hate you, but I'm definitely not going to continue watching your work or anything. It's like me with Jeepers Creepers, as I've said, used to be one of my favourite horror movies, but as soon as I knew about the director and the creator, never watched it since. I don't hate the movie or anything. I still think it's a great movie. I haven't even watched any of those since either. Definitely not watching the new stuff. I've heard it's terrible anyway, but yeah, it's just a matter of not supporting rather than hate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate what he's done, but it's I still have the fond memories of that movie, even though I'll never watch it again. Look at those innocent little eyes as well. Oh, Rickert, you're leaving? Is everyone leaving? Poor little fucking girl, man. Erica, what are you doing? Hurry and catch her. You can only really give everything so much. Said that horribly. You can only really give so much. You've got to give so much respect to the kids in this series, but especially girls like Erica, Jill, for example. They really have it very rough, kind of parent-wise, situation-wise, just being in this universe. But goddamn, they put an effort into. I just really appreciate it. Again, some of the best characters have been like that. Jill being one of them, in my opinion. Jill and Rosine. Again, I think I can probably safely say that's been my favourite bit of Berserk. Yeah, not the most outrageous or anything, but just really hit the right notes. I think the character writing in that arc was brilliant. Story as well. It was very well paced, reasonably short. I think I can safely say that's been my favourite part. I mean, the eclipse again was mental and everything at Griffith and such, and then the last arc, especially the start and kind of middle of the last arc, but in Griffith's rebirth. But like I said, I still think Lost Children impacted me the most. Partly for the reasons I just said about Erica here. That is the thing with kids though as well, isn't it? They are fighters. They will fight. They have no reason not to. Go on, Rickert. You know your job. You got to be a man. Fortunately, as a boy, you've got to be a man here and look after little Erica. So, what are we going to do now? Keep on the trail of vengeance? I think so. I won't leave her again. Don't say the trail of vengeance with Casca. I know. That's impossible. I know that. Okay, good. So, which one is it going to be? Is it going to be stay with Casca? You said that you'll never leave her again. But what do you do with her? What do we do with Cat? Because she's hard to look after by herself, just being a dimwit, for lack of a better word. Ain't we reluctant? But the elf cave has been demolished. Staying here's a bit out of the question, huh? The fact that 2 branded people can't stay in one place for long was proven at the Tower of Conviction. Yep, sure was. Ain't there any other elves dwelling around here? None come to mind. Then you just look up Casca again? That's sad. Didn't she run off in the first place because she hated that? Since I'm the only elf expert here. Looks like he's going through it. But it looks like he came up with a little idea. But what can we do with Casca? It's hard to keep track of her. It's hard to keep her with us. It's hard to keep her somewhere else safe. It's just a really tough situation. Yeah, there's a place. It's a little far, but it's beautiful. But it's a beautiful paradise, probably safer than anywhere in the world. Why didn't I think of it sooner? Oh dear. You know what I like though? When Guts and Puck had that kind of agreement between them, I'm not even sure. I can't even fully remember it properly, but it was a while ago. That kind of moment between them where they had that kind of mutual self-respect. Ever since then, it has been kind of Guts always used to squire him, tell him to fuck off, don't get away, and all sorts. But ever since then, it really has kind of changed with these two, hasn't it? There's been a lot less violence and such between them, and like swatted moments and such. Something really good about this manga in general, the story elements and the kind of big things that happen do definitively change the story, do definitively change the characters and such, and the continuity of that is always there. It never kind of goes against what has already been what's already happened and what's already been kind of told to us. It never contradicts itself in that manner, which I find really amazing, because a lot of things do. But this is just like a small one of those points. Again, spoiler talk funny. My nose seems to be blocked every time I do one of these. It doesn't sound too bad to me, but I'm not sure how it sounds on the mic. My home. Okay. So we're going to see Puck's home. Interesting. Let's have a little look at what the comments got to say about this one. Yeah, same as I agree with this person at the top here. He loves when Puck turns into the super simple style. I like both. I really like the artwork of this drawing, but I love the simplicity. Like I've said plenty of times, it really contradicts the kind of serious tones and dark nature. Puck in general just does that, but even more so when he's in this kind of form, if that makes sense. It's just really down to kind of basics and simple comedy and such. It's almost how I see the Evil Dead a little bit, in terms of Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness, with the very simplistic, very funny in my opinion, kind of slapstick comedy in there. I think Evil Dead a little bit less dark than Berserk, so slightly different but similar, I guess. That's just amazing how important this little guy is, isn't it? And it really does make you think back to when he wasn't in the story. Like, how the hell did we get through that? It's pure depression, pure darkness. I think was really good as well. They showed us a kind of time without him, without that light. The light was the kind of Banner Hawk at that time, to be fair, but it wasn't quite as light in my opinion as little Puck and Isidro last arc. They don't talk too much interesting in the comment section, but let's get right into the fierce Kushan attack. You can't even stay just one night. Like I said, as long as we have these brands, we'll just attract the dead and the demon spirits. then you'll be in danger too. And Erica. Again, what could be? What could have been, man? Could have been. But still, I too. Don't abandon what you can't replace. Well said, man. Well said. Well said, Guts. As someone who knows that better than anyone. Weren't those Godot's parting words? From the man that knows that best. Has done that a couple times already. And has learnt from his mistakes. As I said earlier about the characters and their kind of circumstances and experiences actually shaping them. The continuity of that has been amazing, hasn't it? People actually learn from their lessons. Not just for a period of time, but forever. Hopefully these two will be okay. Hopefully those two will be okay. Not sure. I kind of just assumed we'd kind of resupply here and stuff. I thought I'd maybe mention that's just happened in the meantime, but I thought we again I kind of thought we would like restock and such here. So I guess we might have again, maybe off screen or whatever. I was looking forward to seeing how Rickert would do with our armor and such. Honestly, I was looking forward to maybe a new piece of armor from Rickert, but not this time. Maybe next time. Take care, Casca. You'd better be sure to look after her guts. That sounds like I said look after her guts, but yeah. You'd better be sure to look after her guts. Amazing how a little space can change a sentence, isn't it? Snow. That's right. The time I left the band with the hawk, it was in snow just like this. The day I quarrelled with him was on a snowy hill like this. Yep, I brought this up to my friend, how this whole scenario was so much like the second time that we fought Griffith and beat him. Setting wise, anyway. This time, I'm the one who was deserted. In what way were you deserted here? I mean, I guess in a literal sense, Griffith did leave, so in a literal sense, it does make sense. But I don't really see that. Perhaps you guys let me know a bit more about that in the comment section. I told you once, I will get my own kingdom. I guess that is quite similar to Guts going after his dream as well, wanted his own dream when he left the band with the hawk, isn't it? You should have known. This is the man I am. You, of all people. Is that why he said that then? Is it because, just like what I just said, that he knows, Guts knows, he went to go after his own dream by himself as well, leaving everything behind. Didn't sacrifice everything. So again, some differences in there, but I guess that's why he said you of all people should know that. I'm assuming he means by that. Again, look at fucking Casca. Not a bloody kid. Eating the fucking snow. Oh, so's Puck. See, it's cute. It's cute when when he does it. It's sexual harassment when she does it. Yeah, I say sexual harassment as in that meme. That meme. Just thinking back on this. I won't leave you behind. I won't desert you anymore. This time, I won't lose you. Seems to have got better with Guts touching her, hasn't she? Remember her last here, it was really kind of, she was really scared. Okay, this scene is almost a little bit reminiscent of the one with Jill as well, where Guts kind of embraces her in the darkness, which is one of my favourite scenes in the whole manga. Like I said, I think that's my favourite arc so far as well. And here we go. Not gonna lie, I thought we were going to see quite a bit more of this with the with the title of the chapter's names, but guess they're already just here, out of Midland. Again, I'm not overly kind of fussed. Like I said last video, I'm not massive. I'm a big action fan. I'm not a massive fan of action in manga / books. So I think that's where some of my horror movie kind of liking comes from. I want to watch stuff that I can't even think of, stuff so messed up and such that I can't even kind of comprehend or kind of make an image of in my mind. I mean, it's slightly different from books to manga with this. I mean, the images are obviously here, but you've still got to kind of imagine them actually happening. It's not like I'm 24/7 thinking about kind of horrific events or anything, but yeah, not really sure how to explain it, honestly. Always been a big horror fan since I was a kid. Again, I think I went through this the other day, just about the feeling of being scared, making you feel alive and such. The exhilaration. Crazy cannons, aren't they? Bloody hell. Really like the design on them. Horrible teeth. So you just walk over the dead. God, bloody hell. Look at that. Jesus Christ. The intricacy of the drawing is ridiculous. How are these people getting up here? Some big old steps. A little ladder in between. Bloody hell. Just chucked up a bunch of wood underneath. Wow. Again, the design of this shit is crazy. Crazy. Shit. Shite. Shit. Western Midland. That is how some people in England do pronounce shit, by the way. I'm pretty sure I've heard some people say shit. Bloody hell, this is amazing right here, isn't it? Chopping heads. Whose heads are these? Who are they killing here? Are these the Kushan soldiers? Because they don't look like the usual. I'm slightly confused as to what's going on here. I mean, it looks like whoever this is invading Midland, so I'm slightly confused at what exactly is going on here, but I guess we'll maybe find out a little bit better in the next panels. Just a bunch of heads. Lovely. Oh, hate to be that. You hate to be these guys. You could just get nicely beheaded, or get shot by a fucking load of arrows. I wonder what the choosing process is in that. Oh god. Fucking hell, this one's the worst yet. Stop this! Burn him alive. Lovely. Lovely. I also kind of wonder what Farnese and Isidro and such are kind of doing right now. I haven't seen any sign of them. Last we heard from Farnese, I'm pretty sure said she was going to be following Guts, but I wonder if she witnessed any of that stuff with Griffith. Brutal. Oh, first time I've had boobs for a long time. It's been a long time since. I was thinking that the other day. It's been a long time since I've actually had to censor anything. Boobs are usually okay, to be honest. Never really have a problem with them. Just the men's parts that get YouTube going. There's a bunch of women. Oh, what happened to us? Who knows? I'm sure we'll be taken to their land as slaves, or else be made to have Kushan children. So these are the Kushan, okay. Which looks slightly different from the usual warriors we've seen. It's the quickest way to take over another race. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? That almost looks a bit like, I forget her name, the girl from the Golden Age, what Griffith raped. But yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Just build more of your race. I heard a rumour that they sacrificed women to their god. No! Either way, we're done for. This town, this kingdom, the Band of the Hawk. If only he were here. This would never. There's no use saying that now. Cheeky little precursor to upcoming events, perhaps, right there. Again, you guys know my theory. It's coming. Soon now. Our helping hand. What's wrong with this girl? She saw her parents burned to death. She must have lost her mind. It's coming. The Hawk of Light is coming. I can hear it. Oh, she doesn't look awfully broken that family died. She looked quite hopeful actually, so. And she's right, of course we know. But how does she know? That's what the wind whispers. Okay, yeah. if I was there, I heard this girl talking. Yeah, I think she's crazy as well. Who the fuck is this? Oh shit! Is that like his dad or something? I've just seen the word flabbergasted right there. If only I did not take long for a city. Only it did not take so long for a city to fall. But General, they showed no sign of accepting our repeated counsel to surrender. It seems the fear of our army is a bit too strong a medicine. The fools call extermination. The fools call extermination down on themselves when they could go on living as war slaves if they'd only submit. Our forces have already managed to bring down 6 fortresses. And yet here you are. Fuck, yeah. No way I'm getting burnt alive. I'm joining this guy's army straight away. There's no way I'm getting burnt alive like that. Jesus. Interesting little outfit it's wearing here again. Very royal, of course. Animal kind of skin. It's almost got like a tiger seat as well, it looks like. Like their animals, don't they, the Kushan? He's like a bit of a prick though, doesn't he? That hat especially is just awful. It kind of reminds me of like a boss as well, like a video game boss where they show exactly where their weak spot is, like right in the center of their chest. Like, hit me here. An entire clan has failed to capture just one man. I'm flabbergasted, Baki Raka. What makes you a warrior clan? How absurd. So this guy is actually just a kind of head of a warrior clan. I kind of thought he was the king of everything, but I guess not. Why would the king of everything kind of be by himself so often? Oh, apologies, guys. And now you say the hawk flew off on an evil beast? Who could believe such nonsense? Well, I also imagine people probably wouldn't believe these guys riding on elephants. That seems pretty ridiculous as well. For someone in this time period, of course nowadays, that's could very much imagine that. But imagine being a kind of unknowing person saying someone's riding on a like 3-meter tall beast, weighs tons. You'd be like, no, that's bullshit. Nothing like that exists. Begging your pardon, but this invasion, I hear tell, such weird language. I hear tell that it all started based on an oracle received by a high priest. In that case, any kind of abnormal phenomenon should be possible. Unless it just gets kicked in the head. One who is as a slave ought not to speak as if informed. Interesting. One who is as a slave. Calling this guy a slave. What do priests know of war? From a military standpoint, claiming an oracle as the start of a war is no more than pretext. You, Baki Raka, who rely on such muttered tripe, are pathetic. Muttered tripe. That sounds something that woman would say. You are all. Wait, bloody hell. You all were driven from the empire for siding with the defeated royal family in the previous struggle for imperial succession. Okay, interesting. So they kind of lost the battle for the throne. Hence, he called him a slave earlier, I imagine. But your original social standing was at the level of slaves. What good will repatriation? Will repatriation do you? I think I can understand what it means without looking it up, but I'm gonna look it up just to be sure. Like being a patron, but being a patron. The return of someone to their own country, okay. So working for his country again. So yeah, kind of like what I said, like being a patron again to his country. But to his country. Even if our great emperor recognizes people like you as soldiers, for your amusement's sake, entrusting you with a mission is an act of raving drunkenness. Damn. This guy again, I thought he had a lot of respect. I thought he was big shot. I guess he's just a worm in the eyes of the king. Interesting. Oh shit! He's done. Fucking hell. What are you doing? Just kill the guy. That disrespect he's giving you. Oh shit, he saved his life. I thought that was a punch. Pretty fucking crazy. He's just caught an arrow in midair like that. Especially as it could be poison tipped, and he didn't even touch the tip. If you could pardon the urgency. Right in those. Alright, those teeth. To be fair, probably one of the better places you could get hit in the face. I mean, you lose your teeth, but at least it's only your teeth, not your life. Didn't work, bruh. Here come the 0.001% fat man. I'm always very interested by their joints and their kind of feet and the lumps. So weird, isn't it? Ah. Ooh. Look at that! Look at that foot. It's like a lizard's foot. It's ridiculous. And look at the toes. This must be some kind of training. I think I might have seen something about this. So like, maybe I haven't, but like maybe they like hit their joints so much and build up resistance and build up kind of power that way. Just keep smacking smacking all their kind of bendy bits. Make them super powerful. But yeah, love a bit of this. Just break his face. Bloody hell. Ah, damn you! Look at that fist. Like massive cancerous lump. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Probably like martial arts stuff right here. Probably like Egyptian poses as well. Jesus Christ. Blew every bit of armour off him. These guys. I can't remember both if we learned too much about these guys / what we learned about these guys. Honestly, it was a long time ago. Obviously not the most important characters ever, but definitely like to know a bit more about these people. Back fist. And just smack. Again, these guys got off pretty well compared to the people being burnt alive, so I'd take this if I was one of them, honestly. Well, honestly, I would give myself up. I would not take either. I'd happily betray Midland, especially knowing how Midland is. Oh. Jesus. This. Let's get ringed. We beg your pardon. Destruction. So swift. What skills? And they crushed iron armor with their bare hands? Are they monsters? We now return to our mission of searching for the Hawk. Yeah. And what were you saying earlier about us not being able to take down one man? This must give you a hell of an impression who that man must be after seeing this. Oh shit. Looks like we're at the end of the chapter, but... Oh shit. I forget this guy's name. Ugh, I always forget this bloody guy's name. Pretty cool name as well, but I can't remember it. The man himself. Fierce Kushan attack. End. He has arrived. Oh boy. Where is Zod? Where is Zod right now? Now that would be a pretty big showing of power, wouldn't it? Bringing Zod along here, but what? This could be a very interesting next couple of chapters, isn't it? Next reaction. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Some really good moments today. I think especially in the last chapter before this one had some really great moments, didn't it? Some nice action in this one and gore. But just have a little look at the comments quickly. Yeah, this guy brings up a good point. Every girl in this series has the same boobs, don't they? I think I mentioned this a while ago. You never see a girl with small boobs in this. Not once. I mean, if I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I mean, at least a bit of variety. Not too much else interesting here, but again, I think I especially enjoyed last chapter. This is quite the moment here at the end. We've got Griffith returning to Midland. Can't wait to see what that entails. Obviously, again, some nice gore and such here. But yeah, love this shot. Like I said, quite reminiscent of the Lost Children chapters right here. Really like this shot. Embraced by the darkness. And this scene with Griffith and Guts here was pretty amazing as well, wasn't it? But yeah, hopefully Griffith and Erica get on along okay. Thank you guys for watching that. Do let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment section. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. I think next couple chapters are going to be some bangers with Griffith arriving back in Midland. We'll just have a little look at the chapter name for those. So we got Far Cry of the Wind parts 1 and 2. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your day.